Young woman officer in the IAF of the rank of flying officer has filed a police complaint alleging rape by her senior, who's a wing commander serving in the same air base in Srinagar. She is also alleged that there has been a systemic cover-up within the base, which has resulted in justice being denied to her. NDTV has accessed the FIR and has contacted the Indian Air Force for a response. Now, several hours later, we are still awaiting their response. This is the big story that we're tracking at this point in time. Well, a young woman officer in the IAF has filed this police complaint and has alleged rape by her senior. The senior happens to be her wing commander who's serving in the same air base in Srinagar. Well, she is alleged there has been a bid to cover up the incident within the base, and that, of course, has resulted in justice being denied to her. My colleague Vishnu Som is now joining us on the broadcast. He is getting us more details about this case. Well, Vishnu, what more are we learning of? We do believe a rape FIR has already been registered, and we've accessed this FIR. In the complaint that the woman has registered, she said there has been a systemic cover-up within the base. The authorities have tried to cover up this entire incident so far. We've tried to get a response from the IAF also, but
in fact,
so
a story
far,
which
no
my colleague Nazir Masoodi has also been looking at very closely. Let me share a couple of details which actually exist in the FIR, which has been registered by the police, which is a very serious allegation. The woman officer, a young woman officer, has filed an FIR on the basis of which Section 376, which are rape allegations or rape charges, have been invoked. This is now a police investigation which is taking place. It is as a result of a complaint by this woman officer. It is a case of aggravated rape which is being investigated right now, which is aggravated rape committed by people in authority, is what Section 376 bracket 2 of the IPC, the Penal Code, the Indian IPC actually refers to. The woman officer in question has alleged that she was forced into oral sex. She claims that she objected. She finally escaped. She also claims that despite a process of inquiry which had been set up by the Indian Air Force, there was a cover-up, a systemic one, that's what she says in her complaint, which is part of the FIR, as a result of which justice was denied of her. She's pointed out certain lacunae which she believes took place in the first inquiry when she was made to apparently sit next to the officer who allegedly assaulted her, raped her. She says that was wrong. She says that the subsequent inquiry which took place a whopping 3 months later. She says that eyewitnesses to what took place were not allowed to testify, and that eyewitnesses who were perhaps, or those who testified against her, were told to testify in a particular manner. She further says that she's been subjected to continuous mental harassment and a social boycott. And she says that all of this has driven her to suicidal thoughts, and has been forced to attend events even now in that base with her abuser with her. Now, we've reached abuser in the vicinity, alleged abuser. Now, we have reached out to the Indian Air Force several hours back. We've reached out to them on WhatsApp. We've reached out to them in email, several phone conversations as well. What I can share at this stage is that we are still awaiting a response, official or unofficial, from them. They are aware of these very strong allegations, and we do hope that they reply to what's been raised.
Well, these are, of course, very grave charges that have been leveled by the woman officer here. What we are also learning is that, Vishnu, as the information is coming in, that she's named multiple IF officers in FIR, not just the wing commander.
That's right. There are multiple IAF officers who have been named. They have been named not as part of the rape allegation specifically, but as part of a process on the basis of which she feels she has been denied systemic justice. So the primary complaint is of this one officer against another officer who is her senior. We are, of course, not getting into details. We are prohibited from doing that. But the FIR itself lists the names of officers who she believes have been a part of a cover-up which has denied her, or a process which has denied her justice, the justice that she seeks.
Absolutely. All right, Vishnu. I'm also being joined by Nazir, my colleague here, with more details here. Nazir, we do understand this all happened in the same airbase in Srinagar, where the wing commander was also deployed. Well, any response that has come in from the authorities there?
Well, this case has surfaced several months after the incident has allegedly taken place. Now the complaint has been filed with Budgam police, and police have filed an FIR of sexual assault on the officer. So flying officer, she has alleged another flying officer sexually assaulting her. There are graphic details what has happened on New Year Eve and during that night. And she said she tried to contact senior officers, but there was no redressal. So day before yesterday, Jammu and Kashmir police have filed a case of rape against the officer. According to police sources, investigations are underway, and then the further action will be taken. So far, there has not been any response from the Air Force if any action has been taken by the departmental action. But as Vishnu was mentioning about this FIR which has been filed and under the relevant sections of rape and harassment on duty, so that's what our officer has alleged in this case. So we are waiting what action police are going to say. So far they are only saying that investigation is underway and the further action will follow.